Now I ran through the software pretty quickly, so let's look at the whole thing again in demo form. First, we're going to write the code for simply controlling the monkey. We're going to leave Twitter out of this part and do that in the next demo. In this demo, we're going to start with a lot of code assets that we've already written. Fundamentally, this is just going to be our base Cylon project, like the one that we just used to turn a light on and off. Only this time, we're toggling the relay that controls the monkey instead. We'll make sure that we have this ability, and then in the next demo, we'll integrate with Twitter. Let's get started with Visual Studio. I'm using Visual Studio Community Edition this time instead of Visual Studio Code. That's because we're going to be doing some remote debugging soon. Now, Visual Studio Community gives us the ability to install the Node.js tools for Visual Studio, and those make Node.js in Visual Studio really awesome. With those tools, you get the ability to create a new project that is a Node.js project. Those are found under JavaScript, Node.js, and we just want a blank console application. Let's call ours TweetMonkey and put it in our standard PS folder. Now the project that Visual Studio builds for us is pretty sparse. Here's the app.js file. Let's go ahead and right-click on TweetMonkey and add some existing code. Now here we can back up to our earlier demo on blinking the LED using the Cylon library and install the app.js that we used for that, along with the gulp file. It says the app.js is already a part of this project. We can go ahead and overwrite that. Bring in those changes. Now you can see that our app.js is actually a base Cylon library. The only difference with ours is that our monkey's plugged into pin number 2. We're going to use the direct pin driver since this is not an LED, and we'll give it a meaningful name, like monkey. And in the work function, let's not flash it, but let's add something a bit more meaningful, like Edison, monkey, digital write 1. That'll turn the monkey to the animate state. Then we'll create a set timeout that is a function, and inside that function we'll do Edison, monkey, digital write 0. That's going to take the monkey out of the animate state, and we'll delay for 2 seconds before running that. That's some pretty good base code. Now, we did bring in this gulp file, and there's one discrepancy there. That project was called Blink Cylon, and we want this one to be called TweetMonkey. Save that. In order for this gulp file to work at all, we're going to have to open the command line here. So we'll go ahead and bring up our console, change into TweetMonkey, and do an npm install. We need gulp and Candyman, just like normal. We'll save those as dev dependencies. And since we're using Cylon, we'll install Cylon, Cylon Intel IoT, Cylon GPIO, and Cylon I2C. Those should be standard dependencies. Great. Time to gulp, deploy. Let's open up a new console window. And in that one, we'll change out to the remote device and see if TweetMonkey folder exists. And in fact it does, and the app.js and package.json file have been copied out. We do need to install the dependencies, but we don't need the dev-only dependencies, so we'll use the production flag. Go ahead and run our app, make sure we don't get any errors. That's correct, it says working, and then 2 seconds later we drop out. Let me show you why. In the code, in our work function, we're doing something, and then we're doing a little more after 2 seconds, and then we have nothing left to do. So this work function ends and we drop out. That's normal behavior. In our next module, however, we're going to be putting the Edison into a loop, into a state where it's going to continue to be working constantly. So we're not going to want to see that fall all the way out to the console. Now for that first run, I didn't actually have the monkey plugged in. Let me go ahead and plug that in now. And run it again. And there you can hear the monkey animating. And within 2 seconds, we're done. Wonderful. That does it for this demo. In the next demo, we're going to be adding our Twitter integration.